Welcome back to Royal Mantle, where we uncover the stories the entertainment world doesn't want you to hear. What I'm about to reveal about Justin Bieber's current situation will shatter everything you believe about his supposed comeback victory. Mainstream media wants you to think Bieber has conquered his demons and emerged stronger than ever. But exclusive sources are telling a radically different story. One that exposes the dark reality lurking beneath his polished public image. Recent insider reports from industry veterans paint a chilling portrait of a superstar still drowning in the psychological aftermath of childhood fame. Despite his latest album's success, multiple sources confirm that Bieber remains trapped in a cycle of mental anguish that threatens to destroy everything he's built. The entertainment establishment has been covering up the severity of his ongoing psychological crisis. Industry insiders describe a man who continues to battle the devastating effects of being thrust into global stardom at 14 years old. One source revealed the harrowing truth about growing up under relentless public examination, where millions either idolize you blindly or despise your very existence. This extreme emotional whiplash, according to experts, shatters most people who experience it. The psychological damage from such early exposure creates lasting trauma that doesn't simply disappear with age or success. What makes this situation even more alarming is how Bieber's inner turmoil is now affecting his family dynamics. Sources close to the situation report that his struggles with fame are creating serious ripple effects throughout his household, threatening the stability of his marriage and his role as a new father. If you're shocked by these revelations, make sure you stay tuned, because what comes next will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about celebrity recovery stories. Bieber himself has been desperately crying for help through his music, but most fans are missing the warning signs. His latest album contains deeply troubling collaborative segments where he openly discusses the exhausting burden of living under constant public scrutiny. In particularly haunting moments, he describes feeling completely isolated, as if he's the only person in the world dealing with serious psychological problems while everyone else appears to have perfect lives. This sense of isolation becomes even more disturbing when you examine his recent behavioral patterns. Sources familiar with his situation report that his social media activity leading up to the album release reflected someone who was completely lost and lashing out at his circumstances. Industry insiders claim they could detect pure anger radiating from his online posts, describing him as someone prone to extreme mood swings and dramatic personality shifts. This volatile emotional state creates a terrifying picture of instability that contradicts his public persona of recovery and growth. The most puzzling aspect of his current crisis involves his contradictory approach to protecting his family's privacy. Despite repeatedly demanding that the media respect his young son's right to a private childhood, Bieber made the shocking decision to feature his child prominently throughout his album's artwork and promotional campaigns. This glaring contradiction has left entertainment professionals completely baffled about his true protective instincts. A celebrity industry expert expressed genuine confusion about how someone can simultaneously demand family privacy while plastering their child across commercial projects. This kind of mixed messaging suggests someone who might be experiencing serious psychological confusion about balancing his public responsibilities with his parental duties. The inconsistency reveals a mind that may be struggling to maintain coherent decision-making processes. The most significant professional earthquake in Bieber's world occurred when he severed ties with Scooter Braun, the powerful manager who transformed him from a teenage YouTube sensation into a global entertainment phenomenon. This separation effectively ended a relationship that had defined virtually every aspect of Bieber's career trajectory for over a decade. Surprisingly, despite their professional divorce, Braun has maintained public support for Bieber's new musical direction. He praised the album as the most genuine representation of Bieber's artistic identity, emphasizing that he played absolutely no role in its creation while encouraging fans to embrace what he considers authentic creative expression. This gracious, public response suggests that their professional split wasn't necessarily fueled by personal hatred or betrayal. However, the financial details surrounding their separation reveal a much more complex and potentially explosive story. Are you starting to see the disturbing pattern emerging here? Because the financial web surrounding this situation gets even more twisted. Exclusive reports indicate that Bieber owed Braun's management company a staggering $31 million settlement. This massive debt originated when Braun's company fronted enormous costs after Bieber was forced to cancel his entire Justice tour due to devastating health complications. The tour cancellation occurred after Bieber developed facial paralysis from Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, a terrifying condition caused by a virus attacking the facial nerve system. The syndrome left him with visible symptoms that he courageously shared with his fan base through emotional social media posts. This health crisis didn't just affect his physical capabilities. It created crushing financial obligations that would fundamentally reshape his business relationships forever. The condition forced him to abandon millions of dollars in guaranteed revenue while still owing massive production costs to various companies. By July, Bieber and Braun finally reached a settlement agreement to resolve the outstanding debt, officially closing that chapter of their turbulent professional relationship. However, the resolution of this financial burden coincided with extraordinary positive developments in the Bieber family's overall wealth situation. The game changer came through Hailey Bieber's phenomenally successful beauty brand venture. Her company's success story reads like a business fairy tale, culminating in a deal reportedly valued at approximately $1 billion. But here's where the financial arrangements get really interesting and potentially concerning. This massive windfall isn't just benefiting Hailey as an individual entrepreneur. Justin Bieber had been a significant investor in the company from its earliest developmental stages. This means that even with the sale of the business, he stands to receive substantial returns on his investment, estimated at around $50 million. This financial structure clarifies that Hailey isn't simply using her personal wealth to bail out Justin's business problems. Instead, both partners are benefiting from a shared investment strategy that has proven extraordinarily profitable. This collaborative approach to their financial planning demonstrates a level of business sophistication that extends far beyond their individual entertainment careers. However, despite this newfound financial stability, serious questions remain about Bieber's future career intentions and mental state. Industry sources report genuine uncertainty about whether he plans to tour in support of his new album release. This uncertainty is particularly troubling because touring has traditionally been expected for such major album releases. Some entertainment insiders suggest that he desperately needs to return to live performance, questioning what his long-term professional strategy might involve if he permanently steps away from touring. The speculation about his career direction raises fascinating questions about his evolving priorities as he attempts to balance new fatherhood responsibilities with his existing professional obligations. If these revelations are as disturbing to you as they are to me, make sure you subscribe because we're just getting started with this investigation. Some industry sources wonder whether he's seriously considering becoming primarily a stay-at-home parent while his wife manages her billion-dollar business empire. This potential role reversal would represent a dramatic shift from traditional expectations about celebrity marriages and career hierarchies. However, sources close to the situation emphasize that Bieber does maintain strong support systems as he navigates these incredibly complex personal and professional decisions. These sources acknowledge that fame pressures can be absolutely devastating for many people, but they also note that reliable support networks can determine whether someone thrives or completely breaks under such intense pressure. The overarching theme emerging from all these exclusive reports is deeply troubling. Despite outward appearances of success and psychological recovery, Bieber continues to wrestle with significant personal demons and mental health challenges. His new album might represent genuine artistic growth and creative authenticity, but it absolutely doesn't indicate that his underlying psychological issues have been magically resolved. Mental health struggles don't simply... The psychological impact of growing up under constant public examination, dealing with relentless scrutiny, and having every personal struggle become public entertainment creates unique challenges that ordinary people never have to endure. Pressure to maintain a positive public image while privately battling serious personal struggles can be absolutely overwhelming and psychologically destructive. When someone like Bieber opens up about these challenges through his artistic expression, it provides a rare glimpse into the harsh reality behind the glamorous celebrity facade. But it also invites even more intense public scrutiny and analysis of his most private struggles. What makes Bieber's current situation particularly complex is how his personal psychological battles intersect with his new family responsibilities and parental duties. As a first-time father, he's desperately trying to protect his child from the same traumatic early exposure he experienced while simultaneously managing his own ongoing psychological challenges and maintaining his career momentum. The contradictions in his behavior regarding privacy and publicity reflect someone who might still be figuring out how to balance these competing demands and responsibilities. His decision to feature his child in album artwork while simultaneously advocating for family privacy suggests serious internal conflict about managing his public persona alongside his protective parental instincts. Looking at the broader picture, Bieber's ongoing struggles represent the devastating challenges that child stars face as they attempt to transition into healthy adulthood and family life. The survival skills and coping mechanisms that help someone endure early fame don't necessarily translate into healthy adult relationships and functional family dynamics. The support he receives from those around him, including his wife and remaining professional team, appears crucial in helping him navigate these overwhelming challenges. However, sources suggest this remains an ongoing process rather than a problem that has been definitively solved. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell because this story is far from over, and what we uncover next will shock you even more. The entertainment industry's relationship with mental health awareness has evolved significantly in recent years, with more celebrities speaking openly about their psychological struggles and seeking professional therapeutic help. Bieber's willingness to address these sensitive topics through his music represents part of this broader cultural shift toward greater transparency about psychological well-being and mental health advocacy. His artistic exploration of therapy and personal growth through his album demonstrates how creative expression can serve as both a healthy coping mechanism and a powerful way to connect with audiences facing similar psychological challenges. This approach allows him to maintain his artistic integrity while processing his traumatic personal experiences in a public forum that reaches millions of people worldwide. The financial resolution of his business obligations with Scooter Braun represents one significant source of stress removed from his life, potentially allowing him to focus more energy on his family relationships and creative pursuits. However, industry sources emphasize that financial stability alone isn't sufficient to address the deeper psychological challenges he continues to face on a daily basis. As Bieber moves forward with his career and family responsibilities, the entertainment world will be closely watching to see how he balances these various pressures and personal obligations. His future choices about touring, public appearances, and family privacy will likely provide crucial insights into his true priorities and current psychological state. The ongoing nature of his struggles serves as a powerful reminder that recovery and personal growth are continuous processes rather than final destinations with clear endpoints. Even with successful albums, financial stability, and strong support systems, the work of addressing psychological trauma and maintaining mental health requires constant attention and professional effort. For fans and observers worldwide, Bieber's journey provides an invaluable opportunity to better understand the human cost of fame and the critical importance of mental health support for public figures. His willingness to share his struggles through his artistic expression creates space for broader conversations about these vitally important topics that affect millions of people. The complexity of his situation also highlights how traditional measures of success like album sales, financial wealth, and public recognition don't necessarily correlate with personal happiness or psychological well-being. This disconnect between external success and internal struggles is something countless people can relate to, regardless of their celebrity status or public recognition. Moving forward, the entertainment industry and fans alike would benefit enormously from continuing to support artists who choose to be transparent about their mental health challenges and psychological struggles. This ongoing support creates an environment where seeking professional help and acknowledging personal struggles becomes normalized rather than stigmatized or shameful. If you found this investigation into Justin Bieber's current psychological situation as revealing and disturbing as I did, make sure you subscribe for more exclusive insights into what's really happening behind the carefully constructed facades in the entertainment world. Your support helps me continue bringing you the stories that mainstream media refuses to tell.